The question of the day is, can you drink alcohol on a low-carb or ketogenic diet? And if so, what kind? I'm Dorothy, and I'm going to walk you through two easy, delicious, low-carb cocktails. One is a Blackberry Mojito, and the other is a skinny Margarita, followed by 5 tips to help you deal with alcohol on your way to permanent, sustainable fat loss. So, first, the drinks. Okay, the Mojito, one of my favorite drinks. And today we're going to make it a Blackberry Mojito. So, first of all, the limes. You just want to cut off a slice of lime about a 1/4 inch thick, quarter it, put the 4 limes into a glass. Take your mint. I'm using chocolate mint because that's what's growing in my garden, but you can use peppermint or spearmint, any of the mints. And then you're going to muddle this up. Usually about 8 to 10 leaves is good. And then I have some fresh blackberries. I'm going to put in 1, 2, 3, 4. These are small blackberries, so I'm going to put in 5. Okay. And to add to the blackberry taste a little bit, I am going to use Blackberry Mint Shrub Syrup. Shrub syrups are apple cider vinegar, berries, and sugar. So this does not have very much sugar, and you're not using very much. So I'm going to muddle that up. Muddle it, about 8 times. You don't have to go crazy with the muddler because that will just make it bitter by bringing out the bitter pith. And put the muddler aside. Then we're going to add our rum. I put in 1 ounce. Of course, if you like your drink stronger, you can put in more than that. Okay, we're going to put in ice. And we are going to top it all off with some St. Croix bubbly water. Okay, let's see. Stir it up gently to get all the good stuff going. And then you can garnish it with blackberries. You can garnish it with a lime wedge or a lime wedge and blackberries. It's all good. So there you go. A mojito, a Blackberry Mojito. Now this is low sugar and low carb. If you want, taste it. If it's not sweet enough, put in a little bit of liquid stevia and you're good to go. Ingredients are in the description below. Okay, on to the Margarita. I'm going to take one of those limes that we had from the Mojito and rim the glass. Put it in a little bit of pink Himalayan salt so you get that nice salty mineral taste. Put the salt away. And then into a shaker, we're going to add some ice. 1 ounce to 2 ounces of tequila, depending on how strong you like your drink. Some Orange Chipotle Syrup. I put in 1.5 ounces of that. 1.5 ounces of lime juice. And then if you don't want to use the Orange Chipotle Syrup, which does have a little bit of sugar in it and apple cider vinegar and oranges and chipotle, you could alternatively use some orange flower water or some orange extract in place of the triple sec. They all work, and I'll give you a recipe in the description. Shake it up. Put some ice in your glass. Margaritas are best cold, and then pour it over and enjoy. Made just the right amount. Of course, you want a little garnish on it, but this one isn't cut, so I will cut a garnish and put it on. There we go, that one's cut. Okay. Okay, we've made our drinks, and now it is time for the tips. Tip number 1, if you're on a ketogenic diet, know that drinking alcohol will pause your ketosis. It will temporarily disrupt it and kick you out. Alcohol is processed in the liver, metabolized in the liver, above all else. It's short term, so you don't have to worry too much about it like you do with carbs, however. Tip number 2, if you're on low carb or keto diets, you will feel the effects of alcohol a lot quicker. And some people are caught unawares of that. Tip number 3, you will recover faster. Tip number 4, if you drink too much alcohol on a low carb or keto diet, you will have a hangover that you won't believe. It is 10x any hangover you've had before. So be aware of that. And here we are at tip number 5. Tip number 5 is about what kinds of alcohol is best to drink if you're going to drink. Well, say no to the beer. That's number 1. Go for distilled spirits. That would be gin and rum and vodka and maybe some bourbon or scotch. Not the flavored distilled spirits. But distilled spirits have no carbs and they're fine. Avoid mixers at all costs. No tonic, no sweet and sour. Just ask for some spirits with your favorite spirit with some club soda and a squeeze of lime and you're good to go. Wine is okay, it does have carbs. Distilled spirits won't. And that is it on the tips. So if you want to know where to get some of these products, the shrub syrups, the orange flower water, and the orange extract, they're in the description below, are some links. While you're there, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and leave a comment if you want. And so until then, I think it's time for a toast. Today, of course, what are we going to toast to? We're toasting to the cocktail. That's really puckery. I like it that way though. I don't think it needs any stevia or sweetener at all. Cheers. Good stuff.